Hello and welcome everyone to the session on learning RPA with UiPath. Today in this session we will try to go through an interesting problem where the business requirement is to rename the PDF files within a given folder so that the updated file names are going to end with the current date. So we must create a sequence in which it should go through each of the files in the folder, and we should be able to save the name to a specific variable, and then to that we must add the current date, and then print it in the output panel, and finally we should be able to change the name of the file with current date being attached. Okay, so let me show you an example of this. Let's say my file name is abc.pdf. okay, so this is my original file name. Okay, so this has to be renamed like this, abc and then followed by ddmm and then yyyy dot pdf. Okay, so this is how I should be able to rename. Okay, so so how to do this? First of all, we should go through the folder wherein some PDF files are available. So let me show you the PDF files. So this is one of the folders in which I have 5 PDF files. Okay, so we should go through each of these files, get the file names, and then ultimately save it to a specific variable, and then rename them by attaching current date at the end of the given file name. Okay, so that is what is our task. So let us go back to UiPath Studio and let us create a sequence. Okay, say rename files. Okay, so yeah, so let us bring in the sequence activity. So the first thing is we should go through each file of the folder. Okay, so to do that, let me use a simple for each activity for each file in folder. Okay, so this has to be configured, so I should provide the path here. So I'll just select the folder, okay, which is available in the downloads. It is my files. Okay, so inside this folder we have several PDF files. Okay, so I'm going through each file in the folder now. So what I'll do is I'll simply use a log message activity and show you what we are able to get. Okay, so the iterating variable here is current file. Okay, so that I'm going to use it here in the log message current file. Okay, so I'll just save this and then let me choose the log level as info, and then I'll run this. Okay, so if I run this automation, I'll be able to see the current file being displayed in the output panel. You can see here that I'm getting the entire path of the files, each files that are available in the selected folder. Okay, so I should go through each one of them, get the ultimate file name, and then rename it with the current date being attached to that. Okay, so I can also modify this in the log message. I can just say current file dot, I can just say name. So this would give me the name. Okay, so yeah, so if I visit the output panel now, I'll be able to see just the file names. Okay, not the entire path, but I can see the file name. So this I should grab and I should go through each one of them and then attach the current date to that. Okay, so let us see how to do that. So first of all, we should be able to fetch these file names with its dot extension, which is dot PDF. Okay, and then ultimately we should be able to attach date to that and then rename the files. Okay, so I'll just delete this log message. It was just for the sake of checking what we are going to get. Okay, so first thing that I would like to do is I'll make use of text to left and right. Okay, left or right. Okay, so this will allow me to fetch the name of the file. Okay, so the text to split is from the current file. I would like to go through the name, not the full name, because full name includes the entire path. Okay, so I'll just select name. From name, I just want to extract the file name and its extension separately. Okay, so that's why I have to specify the separator here. So here I'll specify the separator as dot. Okay, because dot is the separator through which I can extract the left part and the right part, through which I can get the file name and its extension. Okay, so the extracted text before the separator is what is my file name. So that I'll try to store it in one of the variables. I'll say control K and then I'll say file name. Okay, and then extracted text after the separator is what is our extension. Okay, so that also I'll try to store it in one of the variables, say control K extension. Okay, fine. So with this, for each file in the folder we are able to get the exact file name and its extension. Okay, so once we get this, we should be able to store it in variables. Okay, so to do that I'll be using simple assign activity here. So in one of them we'll try to store the entire path. Okay, and in the other one we'll try to store the just the file name, the new file name that we would like to rename it with. Okay, so I'll create another variable here, say old file name. Okay, and then the value to save is this one, that is we are already in the for each file in folder, that's why I'm using current file dot name. Okay, so I'll try to grab this because I need this full path so that the bot can go through that folder structure, find the file and then try to rename it. Okay, so this is my old file name. Similarly, whatever the new file name that I would like to rename it with, that I'll store it in another variable. Okay, so that's why I'm using another assign activity here. I'll create another variable, say new file name. Okay, and then what I need to do is I need to rename it with the current date being attached, correct? So that's why I'll use file name, right? This is what is extracted through text to left or right. Okay, and after file name I would like to attach an underscore, right? So that's why I'll use plus operator, right? So this is what I'm attaching there, and then now I should add the current date. So to add the current date, I need to make use of a timestamp called as date time. Okay, date time dot now is going to give you the current date. Okay, and this I should convert it into string because it will be in the form of date time format. So I need to change it to string. Okay, and along with this I should also make an arrangement here for the format. Okay, so here I'll select dd mm yy. Okay, so this is the format in which the date has to be attached to the given file. Okay, fine. This is not over. We should also be adding one more thing here, that is separator dot. Along with that we should also be attaching the extension. So this extension is what is extracted in the text to left / right activity, so that I am trying to attach here. Okay, so this is how it is, file name and then underscore and then it is being attached with datetime.now with the given format followed by the extension. This is what is required for us to rename the given file. Okay, so this I am doing it now. Okay, ultimately now we should be able to display this in a log window, right? So what I'll do is I'll simply make use of log message activity, and in the log message what I'll do, I'll select the new file name. Okay, and I'll simply display this. Let me select the log level as info. Okay, and then now finally we should be able to rename the given files. So to rename the given files, what I'll do is I'll say invoke method. I'll simply make use of this invoke method activity through which I can certainly rename the file. Okay, so target type I need to select it as Microsoft.visualbasic.fileio.filesystem. Okay, so if you are unable to find it in the drop down, you can just click on browse for types, and here you can type Microsoft.visualbasic.fileio, and from that I should select file system. Okay, so through which I can try performing various operations related to file system. Okay, and the method that we would like to use is rename file. Okay, fine. So after this we should be able to provide the parameters for this. So parameters can be given through properties panel. Here it is. So I'll just click on this. So two things I should provide here. First thing is the old file name, that is the entire path where the exact file is located, and one more is the new file name. Okay, so new file name is nothing but the file name which is attached with the current date. Okay, so these are indirected arguments that are passed to this invoke method activity. Okay, so I'll just save this, and finally we are done with renaming of the files given in a folder. Okay, so let us try to run this and see what we get in the log window, that is output panel, as well as we will also check the folder where the files are located. Okay, so let me run this. So it will go through each file and then it will try to rename. Yeah, so you can see in the output panel here it is being renamed with the file name. Okay, so if I visit here, you can see here file name is attached with ddmmyyy. Okay, so I think the month name is wrongly added up here, so let us correct that. So I need to go to new file name. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just change this double m, that is up lowercase m, to triple M, just to display the textual name of the month. Okay, so I'll just save this. Okay, and then I'll rerun this so that it's renamed properly. Okay, fine. You can visit the folder there. You can see there, yeah, the earlier one is retained as it is because we haven't erased that, so that's why the earlier renaming of the files is as it is, but right after that it is being renamed with 25 DEC 2024. Okay, so all the files are being renamed like this so that the current date is being attached to each and every file present in the folder. Okay, so this is how I can make use of invoke method to rename the given files. Okay, I hope you have found this interesting. Hit the like button and share it with your friends. Thank you.